Hey, all right, everybody. This is Dave Wood. I am going live now. If you pop on here, feel free to say hello in the comments. I don't know if we're going today or just. I wanted to start doing a series of interviews with just some people that I know that have created extraordinary results. And in the next minute, I'm going to be bringing on. I hope, if this works properly, I'm going to be bringing on a good mind that's been a friend of mine for a very long time. His name's Darren Little. So some of you might be familiar with Darren. Darren he's known as the MLM superhero. I'm trying to just adjust the screen. So Darren is known as the MLM superhero, and he's been a friend of mine for years. I've known Darren Little about as long as I've been online. So I originally met Darren, I think it was like 2010. I can't remember the exact time because I've just known him forever at this point. And so it's around there, but it's like going on 13 years or something like that. And I saw him on the internet climb up on the internet for not having a lot on the internet because everybody starts off new. And then I saw him go on and build a big organization and then build another one 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 and then build another one. And basically everything that he has been on the internet, it's worked, right? So he joins something and then builds it out and makes it successful. And then he ends up joining another thing and he builds that out and makes it successful. And one of the reasons why I really like Darren, let me explain this to you, is I have a special relationship with Darren. The reason is, a few years ago, I had hold on a second here. The reason Darren and I have a special relationship, and I'm going to be waiting for him to pop on as well, is that, hold on, let me just see if he's texting me here. Give me a second here. I think he'll be popping on him. But I'll see. So Darren, if you can hear me, if you need to send me a message, just send it to him. A few years ago, I had some just really big drama happen, and I think a lot of you saw that. And the purpose of this live today is not to talk about that drama because it's the past. It doesn't matter. Whatever happened. And in that period of time, I had a lot of people that I was really connected to that kind of bailed on me for a little while, and I understand it, and I would never say anything negative about that because that was part of an essential piece of life experience that I've got at this point. But Darren did not bail on me. Darren stuck by my side. Like, he defended me in public and private. He popped on and talked to me when people that I knew, they did not talk to me. There's only a handful of people that I had like that in my life, and he was one of them. And he really gave me some powerful advice that really helped me in my life. And also, I have just seen the successes that he's been able to mentor along the way. And so, hold on a second. I think that he might be getting on here. Let me just see if he is. Darren, if you're on, watch and send me a message because I'm looking for you here, and I don't really know how to bring you on. You don't pop on. Normally it just pops up here as an option. I think I gotta wait. So I'm just gonna talk until maybe he shows up. I'm just gonna send him a message here. We can't get on. We're gonna have to do another one on StreamYard or something. Hold on. So anyway, that's what it's about. So what I want to do, let me explain it in a series of videos here, is I'm going to be pulling on some of my friends that are experts in different kinds of things. I've got people that, that I know that never got any notification, right? Hold on a second. Let me just send him the link. Give me a second. It's going to take me a second to get him on because I'm getting used to this now. Give me a minute. Okay, and then let me send this to him. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I do not have the best setup for my phone here. Hold on a second. Just on. All right. Yeah, I'll see. Okay. So if you, oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Let me see if I can invite Darren out. Darren, if this doesn't work, I might have to reschedule it and use StreamYard or something like that. I see the option to add a couple of people, but I do not see the option to add you. Hold on, which is strange. All right, I see you on here. Give me a second. I think we might have to go on StreamYard. For some reason, there's not a notification. If there's a button on your phone, I know that you can do this if you're on your phone. If you could request to pop out, I don't think you can do it on your computer. I think you have to be on your phone, so I'm not sure. Just give me a second here. Let me look at this now. I don't know if that's working. Yeah, so in any case, I'm going to keep talking here for a minute in case he figures out how to get on. And if he doesn't figure out how to get on, I'm going to pop on StreamYard here in a second. But yeah, so Darren kind of stuck by my side. Anyway, great. He stuck by my side, and then he gave me some advice that was incredibly helpful. Oh, he's on his phone. Why can't he get on? That is so weird. Hold on a second here. Your viewers. I see Donald Washington. Allow our viewers to request to join you on video. Okay, no viewers. Share your Darren Little. Here we go. Here we go. All right. There we go. We're going to be adding Darren on. So what I want to do is I want to bring Darren out, and I'm going to do a little freestyle interview here. We got about 30 minutes, and then I've actually got to go. And yeah, Darren, how you doing, brother?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, so where are you at right now? Talk to me about where you are.
Right now, I am in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, in an area called Pedregal.
I've never been to San Lucas in Mexico. I've been to Cancun, and I don't remember where else I went. I went over the border near Arizona. There's some cool places out there. I love the weather in Mexico. I have some beautiful memories out there.
Yeah, this place is really, let me just show you the view here. It's just amazing. But this place it's almost like if you could imagine like Architectural Digest or something. And this place is like it's like art, literally. The whole place.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is. Like the furniture, the way that everything is spaced out and everything, like the negative space. It's such an incredible environment. And so I'm very grateful that I'm having some really cool experiences. And it's really, we were talking earlier about this, about really tapping into your preferred state of
You sound a little muted out right now. I think you might be covering the sound.
Oh, okay, that's possible.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah. So anyway, so I've been doing a significant amount of traveling this last year. I started off in Cabo, and then I went to Maui to visit my parents for a month. And then I came back to Cabo for a month and a half. And then I had to go to a conference in Dubai. And there were supposed to be originally 2 conferences. And then the second one was postponed. And then Ari had some heart issues. So I rerouted my whole trip to go hang out with him for about 2.5 weeks just to make sure he was okay. And so then I went from Dubai to Manila, and then back to Dubai, and then Dubai through Houston, through to Cabo. It took me 3 days to get back here. It's like crazy. 9.5 hours, 16.5 hours, and 3 hours over 3 days.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So you've been traveling around. You've been staying in Mexico for a long time. I know you've been taking a lot of time off because you've usually been way more active on Facebook than you've been recently. And you were just talking to me about that, about taking your time off, connecting with your purpose. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. One of the big things about being able to manifest is you have to be in a state of what's called a state of surrender. It's your naked soul. Okay. It's where there is no friction. It's like a bubble. It's a feeling that is internally inside your body. It's like purity. It's peace. It's your sanctuary. It's your preferred state. And in order to be able to
You're covering the sound again.
Yeah. So anyway, in order to be able to access it, you have to be in a state of surrender, and you can't be in a state of stress. So a lot of the time
you're quiet for some reason. It's hard to hear you. I don't know if it's just me.
Okay, hold on a sec. I'm trying to just be able to talk regularly with my phone.
I mean,
I don't know if it's
I can hear you. You're just a little quiet, so it's not going to bother me. But I don't know if that's an issue for anybody.
Okay.
You were like loud, and then it went quiet.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Can you hear me still or no?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little bit quiet. That's all. Okay, they hear it. But yeah, we just keep talking. It's fine.
So anyway, so I'm here in Cabo right now, and I'll be here till the end of April. And I'm back to Vancouver for doing another. I'm actually putting together a launch campaign for this product that I found in Manila, actually. And the interesting thing is it's like stuff that I teach, because all of my training revolves around quantum physics. Like everything that I do to help people to springboard to take a quantum leap in their life all revolves around understanding the wave particle theory. Okay, and it's something that once you get it, it makes manifestation way easier to be able to implement and to have success with it, because you understand about the two realities that exist parallel. Basically, the electrons are in a state of superposition, and they haven't made a direction of whether or not they're going to be a wave of energy or a particle of matter. And once you really dive deep into the understanding of that, it makes manifesting much easier, because you can get your body into the vibration of this, your preferred state of being. And that's when stuff flows to you like a river of abundance. And you have to be able to surrender to that. And the human condition actually is what holds us apart from it, our feeling that we have to suffer. And it's a bizarre thing, but once you accept that it exists, then you can do something about it.
So you teach a lot about getting people into like proper vibration to it's like a connection with energy where you're vibrating in a state that is congruent with the prosperity that you're wanting to create. Talk about how somebody can do that. We talked a little bit about the wave particle theory, not a lot in a lot of detail, obviously. We can go more into that, but like, how does somebody get themselves into a proper vibration to connect with the universe and attract to them what it is that they want to create?
Okay. So basically, it's actually a very simple process, but it is, I can tell you that the journey is an emotional one. And most people don't want to deal with the emotions, quite frankly. They don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. So when the emotions start to bubble up, it's like, what's going on? And they get too scared. So they don't embrace the process, okay? The way that the whole process actually works is that you have to almost decompress.
Okay.
Every time that you have an experience in the time continuum, in your timeline, it creates an emotion, and that emotion is trapped someplace in your body. Now, typically, you've got this area, which is called your Pandora, and at a certain point in your life, it has to go and reset, okay? And the way that's actually done is through your reflection in the mirror. Okay, so you have to accept yourself unconditionally. You have to love yourself just the way you are and accept yourself unconditionally, even though a part of you feels that you need to suffer, because the human condition is what holds us on to being stuck, is feeling that we have to suffer. So through your reflection, you've got to basically, there's two things that you can do. You repeat these 10 times. You, as an example, would get out of the shower and you would say, I love you, David, just the way you are. I love you, David, just the way you are. 10 times.
Right.
And then you'd say, I accept myself unconditionally, even though a part of me feels that I don't deserve to be successful. Because that's the thing that we've got to actually let go of. And what happens is that at a certain point in time, when you're looking at your reflection, part of your consciousness goes through your eyes and your reflection back into the time continuum, and you connect with the little 5-year-old boy inside that just needs to have a hug.
Right.
That just needs to know that everything's going to be okay. And that's your inner child. Now, once that happens, there's an emotional, you basically, there's a flood of emotions that are released from your body when that happens. That's the gate, that's the start. So you got to be able to do that. If you're not going to do that, then forget about it. I don't even believe that a person can master manifestation.
I think what's going on with my sound, dude, is I think that my phone is turning off the sound or turning it onto a here at the top, so I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know how to fix that.
Okay.
Can everybody else hear Darren? Oh, there we go. Now you're loud again. Just leave it like that. Yeah. So anyway, so you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you, Darren. I accept you for how you are. I believe in you. Even though there's a part of you that
too. Like I try and keep it really simple for people. As you got to keep things super simple so that people can actually take action. And it's a very easy thing to implement. So you do them in sets of 10. And you'd say basically, I love you, David, just the way you are. Love you, David, just the way you are. Okay. And 10 times. And then I accept myself unconditionally, even though a part of me feels that I don't deserve to be successful. What typically happens during this process is that it could be on day 5, day 10, day 12 or something, but it will happen on one day when you get up. And part of your consciousness literally goes freaking through the mirror into the time continuum, and you have this connection with yourself as a 5-year-old child. And when that happens, you're both the observer and the participant simultaneously. You're both the father and the son simultaneously. You're both, right? So it's almost like you're being the observer of yourself in the time continuum. There's this emotional, tears that come up. Right? It's almost like it's a healing process that is going to be a reset. Okay, so once that happens, now this whole other this gateway opens up basically to these other things that you don't even know exist right now until you get past level 1. That's the first step you have to do. And then once that happens, now you're shown when I talk about the actual equation for manifestation, it's going to make sense. It won't even make sense until you get past the first level, if that makes sense. Like, you have to, there's work that has to be done in order for a person to become a master manifester. And it's an emotional journey. I always tell people, like, you're gonna shed some tears. Bottom line.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You want to become a major manifestor. You want to create this whole other world. You want to go to a whole other level of 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, 8 figures. It's all about the surrender. The whole thing is about the surrender. And you got to remain humble. You've got to remain grounded, because in the event that you don't, then you're going to get a universal smackdown, and they're not fun because you've gone through one. Right? We've talked about it many times, right? And for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you go from, let's say, 0 to 100 million, the fall from the 100 million back down is going to be painful, right? In the event that you don't follow or understand the laws of the universe. So there's work involved in the process. And people don't realize that you get tested at every level of the game to see if you know the rules. And if you don't, whack, you get a smackdown.
Yeah, interesting.
It's a video game. It's a 3-dimensional holographic video game. And once you just accept that as truth, then you can learn hacks and tricks on how to make it work better for you. It's being in denial that is the hindrance. If you just accept the fact that you're in a 3-dimensional holographic video game, and here's the rules, and here's how the game controller works, and here's the boom, now you can master the game. But if you don't, and then you're just a victim of circumstance, blowing in the wind, this way, that way, this way. You've got to really take ownership of being the creator of the reality. Bottom line.
Right. I like what you say about the 3-dimensional hologram and the fact that just the other day, this is interesting. Like, it's like a frequency alignment, right? The other week, I was just talking and I was telling a group of people that I was training to do the same thing, to look in the mirror. And it was like I love you, I forgive you, I believe in you type exercise. And then I went and I did it for a half an hour, and I have not done that for a long time. So I did that at nighttime. I sat in front of the mirror and I just looked at myself and told myself, like, I love you and I believe in you. And it's an incredibly powerful, like, looking yourself right in the eyes and just sitting there. I did that for like half an hour, which you're just saying to do it 10 times. But I did that for half an hour, and I woke up the next day, I was different,
I agree.
I had a totally different energy. My mind was different. It was communicating different. I was thinking different. I was feeling different about what's possible. Like literally, I went to bed different, but I woke up the next day and it's like, where did that building go that I was carrying around on my back? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it? So this is unbelievably powerful. And so the first step is you're getting yourself into alignment. You're believing yourself. You're connecting with that inner child inside yourself. You're sending energy and intention through the time continuum, through your faith, through your belief, through your energy. And then what else does somebody need to do? What's the next step for aligning?
So basically, the thing that's actually holding them back from the abundance is all of this emotions that's trapped inside their body. Okay, so you cannot go to a higher level because it's basically like a radio station. Okay, so in the event that you have all these emotions internally, and your body's going to be broadcasting out a vibration that's very, can't manifest in that. Okay, so your body has to first release all of these emotions so that it can go from like, whoa, to way. There's a higher vibration, there's a higher frequency. It can't even happen with these trapped emotions. It's not possible. So the biggest reason why people say, oh, I tried manifestation, it didn't work for me. I tried that. Okay, well, the problem is that they haven't let those emotions free from their body. So nothing can happen until that happens. That's step one. Okay. Then you have to basically learn how to trick your subconscious mind. Okay, now the subconscious mind does not know the difference between past, present, and future. Okay, so every thought that is being thought, your subconscious mind believes that it's happening again. So somebody they get a ticket, a speeding ticket. They didn't just get that speeding ticket one time. They literally, every time they got another ticket. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. You just figured out for a minute. So go on.
Yeah, but I just got to get a plug in here. So basically, the actual equation, okay, is thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. Okay, thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. That is the equation to manifest. Thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. Okay, that's actually a feeling in your body that you need to be aware of. It's the tuning into the feeling. Okay, now if I can tune into the feeling of the future, the subconscious mind believes that it's already happened. Okay, so now in the time continuum, I'm actually going to trick time. So that means that if the future reality has already happened, time has to catch up. And it creates a vortex. It's almost like a collapse in the timeline because the future's already happened. If your subconscious mind believes that the future has already happened, and your body, the feeling in your body, you can trick time, and that's how manifestation actually works. It's like, boom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So you're tricking time by it's thought directed, or it's thought directed energy that creates motion, or it's thought directed motion that creates energy. What did you say?
It's thought directed emotion that generates a feeling. The feeling is actually the key to understanding how to manifest. So you have to be in a very heightened state of awareness of the physiology in your body. Okay, it's not even possible unless you get past the first phase one with the mirror work part. It's not even possible. It's not possible. You can't do it with holding on to those emotions internally inside your body. It's not possible. And most people don't want to deal with the emotions, so they avoid it.
Yeah, I think that I was talking to a group the other day of people, and one of the guys was giving the example of the classic, you're training an animal, and how you train an animal to stay in a cage is, of course, you put the cage there, they fight against it, eventually they get beat up, they get sick of trying, you remove the cage, and they just stay in that spot, right? So we get beat up, and then that beat up energy on the inside of us, it makes us cave in, if we don't deal with it. So how does somebody actually deal with it? Like, how do you face that emotion, that fear, that disbelief, the lack of belief in yourself, the lack of self-love that you've been hiding, and get that out and change it to where you can manifest again?
The first thing is that you got to face the fact that, first of all, if this was an easy process, bro, like everybody would be a multimillionaire, right? The problem is that it takes a commitment to personal development, and it's going to be fucking emotional. You're going to bawl your eyes out. You're going to have emotions that come out of your body that you've never experienced before. There's another emotion that exists that a lot of people don't even know until they go through this process. It's all the emotions. It's a rainbow of all the emotions. It goes from the tears of pain to tears of joy that happen simultaneously. You get the whole freaking rainbow in one. And that is the only way that a person would know that is if they've actually done the work. Okay? Because when the Pandora starts to bubble, there's a little bit of a panic that happens because they're scared of how far that drops. It goes to infinity. You gotta trust this process. And it's gonna be a little bit scary. Bottom line, you're gonna fucking drop down to infinity. If you go online, there's actually, if you type in the awakening or the surrender, or there is images of people that show it's a phenomenon, but you got to be able to do the work. And people think there's some sort of magic wand. I'll tell you what the magic wand is. The magic wand is opening up Pandora. You got to let out these emotions from your being in the event that you're going to be able to tap in and tune in to these higher levels. And it takes work, and it's emotional. It's not but no bullshit. You're going to freaking bawl your eyes out.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people aren't prepared to do that work. Okay.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that I feel very blessed because I feel like I was like given an understanding of this information to make it very easy to explain it to people on not only what to do, but what can they expect? Like, what's going to happen? Like, what's the next, what are you expecting to happen? And if they know it, they can just surrender to it. And it's a lot easier to face your fear when you know what's going to happen. And I love to see people transform, bro. It's like a passion of mine. I love it. There's nothing better than seeing somebody's life change for the better, right? If you look back to the days of Empower Network, okay?
Sure.
If you think about all the times that, after that fact, when a lot of people really abandoned you, right? I never did. I was always I always saw the best in you. I always saw your vision and your talent of who you were at the best part of your leadership career. I never faltered from that.
Yeah.
But it was part of my purpose to share with you. Like, sometimes we talk for 3 hours, bro. Literally 3 straight hours of me and you talking about these concepts. And I remember when I was talking to you about the quadrants of the matrix and the God syndrome quadrant, and how there was only 2 exits. Right? Remember that? I said, bro, there's only 2 exits from being in the God syndrome quadrant. Okay. The first one is death, right? So it's either jail or death. Those are the only 2 exits in that quadrant. Right? So, but anyway, I just appreciate you, bro. You were probably, I would say, the biggest influencer on my own personal development growth online, right? It was with Empower Network, and it was through your vision and what you saw as rolling out that it impacted so many leaders. It developed so many leaders, and maybe you don't even realize the impact that you had with your vision at that time. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was
It
beautiful.
was amazing, bro. Like the Empower Network events were just amazing. It was like a family that you would be on with online, and then you'd fly to these places every quarter, and you'd break bread and lock arms with these freaking amazing people, and everybody's making money, and it was just awesome. It was
Yeah, it was pretty
awesome.
rad, dude. It was rad. Yeah. We had the best
I
culture that anybody had ever built, I think.
I remember that one event that you did. I think it was in Chicago, and there was like the booth thing with the money flying, and there was fireworks on the stage. There was these balls with the Empower Network logo that were being thrown over the crowd, and people were banging them up. They were changing colors. Dude, that was like unbelievable events.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
that event, I think we spent $1 million on that event.
Yeah.
It showed that we had the superhero costumes, the balls dropping from the ceiling, the machine that had $100 bills, like, and somebody could grab as many as they wanted or whatever. We gave like 80 grand to Habitat for Humanity or 100 grand or something like that. That was great.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
awesome. And I think, quite frankly, is that if you look back at that time of Tracy Walker and Aaron Rashkin and some of the leaders that were the speakers on stage, is that Empower Network really was a big part of their leadership advancement, if that makes sense. They really went next level because of Empower Network, bottom line. In my opinion, anyway, because I watched the growth of all of them happen, and very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So big kudos to you on that one, bro.
I remember at those events you would have the because you're the one of your brands that you've got several that you have, but one of them's the MLM Superhero. And I remember you used to come to those events, and your team had all these hot chicks, and you had face masks and everything. You know, you'd show up to those parties, and you'd have like a face mask. It was like a mix between V for Vendetta and Batman or something. And then there's many hot chicks that are all dressed up with this crazy makeup and everything like that. It was awesome. And then of course you could dance actually. Like I thought I could dance for like a little while, but until I watched one of Darren Little's old videos. So those were some fun parties, man, and I loved having parties. I've always believed that was a stepping stone to what we're going to do in the future. I don't know exactly still how that's going to come together. I just know that it is, and I know that it's coming. Where one day we'll all come together again and do something even greater than that. That's what I believe. I believe that for a really long time.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So we only got a couple of minutes here, Darren, because I got to run actually. I got an appointment here in about 5 minutes or something I got to jet to. But so where can people find you? If people see this video and they say, where can I find Darren Little and learn more about him? Like, what's a good way to connect with you?
Facebook, I pretty much live on Facebook. I always have my phone with me. I'm always connected on Facebook, right? I'm on Facebook more than I'm on like Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. Facebook is like my go-to. But I just wanted to say in closing, okay, all the stuff that I teach about quantum physics, this freaking product that I found in Manila, okay, this thing here, it looks basically like a blow dryer, and it's got a microchip in it that broadcasts out this quantum terahertz frequency, and it activates stem cells, dormant stem cells in the body. I have had chronic pain since I was 12. I don't even know what it feels like not to have pain. It's just, what number is it today? Is it a 2, a 5, a 7, a 10? What number is it? And somebody told me about this, and when they explained it, I thought, holy fuck, this is like what I teach. This is all about, I teach about vibration. I teach about the whole thing, everything I teach about manifestation. It's all quantum physics. And then after 7 days, I blew this thing basically on my spine in the morning and on my spine in the evening. And finally, for the first time in my life, I can visualize what it's going to feel like again, not to have pain. And you have no comprehension of how massive that has been in my life path, bro. It's amazing. And it's literally like a gift from God, because to live with pain 24/7 sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Know what I mean?
It does.
It sucks. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a rollout and a launch, and kind of walked away from the networking business model for probably about 4 or 5 years. And
Right.
this is really reactivated my vision because of my experience that I had. It was life-changing.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So anyway.
Yep. We'll talk about that, man. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll pop in there. So it's great to have you on. I want to have you on here again. I'm going to start doing probably a daily show with just different people that I know. Then I'll probably reach out to some new people that I don't know. And so this will just be the first episode. I don't even really have a name for it yet. But just, I want to help people and I want to help people and also build towards something, because I believe that we are going to build something greater than what we've ever done. And we just got to figure out how to do that. And part of that, seeing what's going on in the marketplace right now. So everybody, give a high five to Darren. You reach out to him. He's commented in here. Go to his Facebook, add him as a friend, reach out. And also what I'll do for everybody on is I can get this, I'm going to make a transcription of this. There's a little AI transcription tool that I use. So if anybody here wants the transcription and wants to read a copy of this live, here's what you got to do. I can't do it right now. I'm going to have, because I have an appointment and then I'm going to be out tonight. And so I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. But what you want to do is share it on your wall and then just put a comment that says, hey, I've liked and shared this. Give me the transcription. So if you want the transcription for this, I find that when you really want to learn a concept and really want to have it sink in, right, you want to listen to it, you want to watch it, and then you want to read it. Right? You want to listen to it, watch it, and read it. So if you want the transcription for this interview that I did with Darren today, just say, give me the transcription in the comments and share this on your wall. And obviously give Darren a little shout out. Darren, thank you for coming on. I got to go because I've got an appointment that I'm running a little bit late to. So I appreciate you a ton. Everybody watching here, obviously stay plugged into my Facebook. All right, Kara, we'll send you the transcript. Thanks for asking. And anybody that asks, obviously, after this is over, I'll send it to you as well. But I'm going to do it tomorrow after I get back home from the gym. That's when I'm going to get it done. So everybody, appreciate you. Darren Little, I appreciate you. Yeah, I would love to do, maybe sometime we could do a class on this manifestation stuff together, but everybody here who's on here, thanks for attending. And again, Darren Little, appreciate you. All right, I got to go. Somebody's talking.